Let's read the poem Childhood, written by the Norwegian poet Marcus Netton. When did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be? Was that the day? When did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and preached of love but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine, to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? Where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. If we analyze the poem, we feel that the poet has voiced his own feelings on growing up, on understanding the world around, and then a kind of a feeling when he lost his childhood. So let's analyze it. The poet wonders when he lost his childhood. Therefore, in the first three stanzas, the question is, when did my childhood go? He guesses it was probably when he reached the age of 12 and dawning rationality made him realize that places like heaven and hell did not really exist. He continues his queries regarding his loss of childhood. He surmises, he thinks, he guesses, he feels that it was when he saw through the hypocrisy of adults who talked of love but did not display any love in their actions. He goes further in his quest and conjectures, thinks that he had lost his childhood when he began to think independently. He realized his individuality and found that he had the freedom of choice to think in his own unique way. So, in the first three stanzas, he wonders when he could have lost his childhood. It was perhaps in the process of gaining a kind of a new vision, rationality, understanding the adults, that is, the hypocrisy, and then his own individuality. So all these three things deprived him of his childhood, and he began to feel. And the main question at the back of his mind was, when did my childhood go? He concludes on a note of nostalgia and reckons, thinks, feels that his childhood, lost in the process of growing up, can be seen reflected in the innocence of an infant's face. So overall, the poem is a sensitive and nostalgic expression at the loss of the innocence of childhood. Through repeated queries, the poet establishes in stanza after stanza the qualities that deprive an individual of the simplicity of childhood. He regrets that today rationalism, hypocrisy, and individuality have taken the place of innocence. He concludes on a poetic note that the process of growing up is irrevocable. And all that he knows now is that the childhood he lost is hidden in the infant's face. So, childhood is the best phase of life. One can enjoy the world with a childlike attitude, with a simplicity and wonder that's writ large on the face of a child. Poets, dreamers, writers, musicians have all penned down their feelings about childhood. And the world that childhood revolves around is the world of wonders, curiosity, the joy of discovery, the joy of being with others and being happy overall. So look back at your own childhood. Look through the happiness, and then of course the best way to look at it is through an infant. So the process of growing up is irrevocable, but the childlike curiosity, the childlike wonder makes one enjoy life. Reflect on it.